Hello folks, getting back at it today. What we're working on today is continuing on what we were working on yesterday. I don't know about you, but I see myself as a miner. So I'm like, alright, the seven dwarves, right? Hi ho! Come on, Rosie, let's go. She's not a young dog. I don't know if you guys can see her. Hi ho! I do that to let her know that we're going to work. Off to work we go. Hi ho. Be nice to get an echo in the mine. Hi ho. Come on, let's go. Alright, I'm lagging. Yeah, off topic, but I thought you guys might want to see this stuff. It's pretty neat. It's like a quartz monzonite. And it comes from a copper uranium deposit. A nice chrysocolla in there. Lots of limonite. But as nice as this stuff looks, there's no gold in it. Unless it's sulfide. And I'm not really... I'll test pan stuff sometimes just to test pan it, but I don't really want to mess with uranium ore. No real need. Anyways. And there's Rosie. She made it. Beautiful day out here. Try to make it a little bit easier to watch these videos. You got a comment saying, "You did a terrible camera job." It's like, yeah, I'm just using my phone doing the Brokeback mining. But yeah, we'll work on it. Huh, Rosie? Alright, let's get at it. No jaw jacking, jolly jacking around, whatever you want to call it. We got to get this done. So, we got to finish drying that stuff. Maybe it's dry by now. And then we're going to run it through the RC1. I got to get that ready. Move that to behind you. And we're going to do it through the bag. I got to empty out my tote. It has water in it from this barrel so that we can use it to empty the bag into. And then we'll go ahead and sluice it because I don't feel like panning it. Alright folks. Okay, step back 3 feet, 4 or 5 feet so that people can actually see this on a short, because it's just, they zoom in, YouTube, when they help you do your editing. They seem to zoom in on the shorts. So what would normally be a great angle, they cut off the whole outside of it and zoom in. It's kind of silly for the shorts, you know. But it looks like this material is... got cut off. Yeah, I got big clumsy construction fingers. Okay, so material's still wet, so we're gonna build a fire, dry this out, and we'll go over and set up the RC1. Hear that? It's a songbird. I don't know if you could hear it. Anyways, got a fire going. And start drying our concentrates. While that's going, gonna set up the RC1. Alright, well, here's my second sluice mat, and we could see how much gold is coming out of that. I'm using a brush, just knocking it down, and I'll pan it out and show it to you. Alright, so I dusted out that mat, and there's a little bit in there on the upper edge. But I kind of knew that already. But there's a little bit of gold. More the merrier. Well, this is getting there. It's about dry. I think I'm going to take it and I'm going to mix it with this cooler stuff from yesterday. And then we can run it through. Probably let it cool a little while, so it doesn't damage my bag. It'll probably cool off by the time it gets through the RC1, you would think, right? But we'll let it cool down a little bit, because we're burning daylight. Stuff is super hot. Hot enough that you don't want to touch it. Mix it together here. Let it cool for a little while. And then we'll run it through the RC1. Get some gloves. Well, it's been a little while, and this stuff is still very hot to the touch. It's getting better. Yeah, it ain't so bad after I stirred it up a little bit. So yeah, stir it up. And yeah, I think it's probably okay for the RC1. As long as it's not too hot anywhere. This stuff was really hot when I first touched it, but I mixed it around a little bit. No, it ain't bad. Yeah, that's gonna work just fine. A little damp. That's okay. Alright, now for the RC1. Alright, so the material is cool enough to transfer into a bucket. Alright, let's start her up. Darn, nobody told me I had a bunch of soot on my chin. Second bucket. And then we'll run through, well, I always change my mind, so I think we're going to use the first one. Alright, so we got it into this bin. Need to put the bag on it. And we'll run it through the RC1 one more time. But it's still getting finer. So a couple bigger pieces in there. And we'll run it through the sluice box. But I think Rosie and I are going to call it a day. Right, Rosie? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. And see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe. It helps.